Hello and welcome to the Living in Colorado podcast. I'm your host, Mike Nelson, and today's episode is all about life in a mountain town. Colorado is home to many picturesque mountain towns, each with its own unique character and charm. In this podcast, we will discuss the pros and cons of living in a mountain town, as well as tips for finding the perfect mountain home. So whether you're considering making the move or just curious about what it's like, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's dive into the world of mountain living. Here are some pros of living in a mountain town. First and foremost, it's hard to deny the breathtaking beauty of Colorado's mountain towns. Surrounded by towering peaks, lush forests, and crystal clear rivers, these towns offer a daily dose of nature's splendor. If you're an outdoor enthusiast, you'll be in paradise with countless opportunities for hiking, skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, and more, all practically in your backyard. Next is tight-knit communities. There's something special about mountain towns that can't quite be found elsewhere. Perhaps it's the crisp mountain air or the stunning scenery that surrounds you at every turn. But one thing's for sure, the size of the community plays a big part. With a smaller population, you'll have more opportunities to make connections with your fellow locals. This can lead to a sense of camaraderie, where everybody looks out for each other and works together to make the community a better place. And before you know it, you've made lasting friendships with people who feel like. Another one is health benefits. Living at higher altitudes isn't just a convenient way to escape the crowds and hustle of city life, but it also has several notable health benefits. For instance, did you know that individuals who reside at higher elevations typically have lower rates of obesity than those living at sea level? Additionally, research suggests that individuals who live at elevated heights benefit from improved cardiovascular health. Want another reason to consider a high-altitude lifestyle? Well, the abundance of outdoor activities and adventures at these heights can encourage an overall more active lifestyle. From mountain biking and hiking to skiing and snowboarding, it's easy to see how. Lastly, slower pace of life. So, you're thinking of leaving the hustle and bustle of the city behind and moving to a mountain town? Well, it's not surprising. More and more people are realizing that the rat race isn't all it's cracked up to be, and are seeking a more relaxed, slower-paced lifestyle in the natural surroundings of the mountains. There's no need to rush around all day, every day, when you can enjoy the great outdoors and be part of a tight-knit community that values work-life balance and the simpler things in life. Whether you're into hiking, skiing, or just sitting by the fire with a good book, a mountain town might just be the perfect place. Now let's talk about some cons of living in a mountain town. Number one on the list is limited job opportunities. Living in a quaint mountain town can seem like a dream come true, but not if you're out of a job. Traditionally, these towns lacked opportunities for professionals to sustain their careers, forcing them to move closer to the hustle and bustle of larger cities. Thankfully, remote work has broken these barriers, allowing individuals to live in these picturesque towns and still indulge in their chosen careers. Blissful landscapes, clean air, and the chance to balance work and life. Who wouldn't want to pack their bags and head out on a mountain town adventure? Next con would be the high cost of living. Listen up, folks. We all know that living in a breathtakingly beautiful location can cost a pretty penny. Take mountain towns, for instance. Sure, you'll be surrounded by majestic peaks and valleys, but that comes with a catch. You might end up paying more for housing and certain goods and services. It's not all doom and gloom, though. Living in the mountains often grants you access to outdoor adventures that are priceless. You can go hiking, skiing, snowboarding, or simply gaze at the starry sky without any light pollution. So, if you're willing to splurge a bit, living in a mountain town might just be the adventure of a lifetime. The third con is accessibility. Living in a mountain town sure has its perks. Breathtaking views, clean air, and a sense of peacefulness. However, it also means dealing with Mother Nature's unpredictable mood swings and the challenging weather conditions that come with it. When winter rolls around, heavy snowfall and even avalanches can put a damper on your plans and limit access to surrounding areas. So if you're planning on staying put during the colder months, be prepared for potential road closures and travel delays. But don't let that discourage you. With a little bit of planning and foresight, you can still thrive and enjoy all the wonders of living in a mountain town. Lastly, altitude adjustment. If you're thinking about moving to the mountains, it's important to know that living at a high altitude can be a challenge for your body. But don't let that scare you off. With a little patience and some self-care, you can adjust to the thinner air and start enjoying all the perks of mountain living. However, you may experience altitude sickness, which can be a real drag. Nothing ruins a good hike like a pounding headache or a bout of dizziness. So take it slow and give yourself time to adjust. And don't forget to drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Before you know it, you'll be feeling right at home in your high-altitude paradise. Now let's talk about some tips for finding the perfect mountain home. Number 1, research the area. Before settling on a specific town, do your homework. Visit different mountain towns and get a feel for each community's unique vibe. Talk to locals, check out local amenities, and consider factors like schools, healthcare facilities, and employment opportunities. Second is be budget-wise. As mentioned earlier, mountain living can be more expensive than in other areas. Make sure to budget accordingly and consider all costs, including utilities, property taxes, and homeowners insurance. Next is work with a local realtor. When searching for the perfect mountain home, it's essential to work with a knowledgeable local realtor. They'll have insider knowledge about the area's real estate market and can help you find a home that meets your needs and budget. Last is to consider seasonal factors. It's important to think about how the changing seasons will affect your lifestyle in a mountain town. For example, if you're an avid skier, you may want to prioritize proximity to ski resorts. If you're not a fan of snow, look for towns with milder winters. Living in a Colorado mountain town comes with its unique set of pros and cons, but for many people, the natural beauty, tight-knit communities, and slower pace of life far outweigh any drawbacks. By doing your research and working with a local realtor, you can find the perfect mountain home to suit your needs and preferences. If you're looking to buy a home in Colorado, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at 720-999-6818 or mikenelsonihe@gmail.com. Until then, live life luxuriously and embrace the beauty that Colorado has to offer. I am Mike Nelson, and see you on our next podcast episode.